Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Multi-Hyphenate Latina podcast.
Hey guys, we are recording from my apartment.
Woo! We're live. We're in person together. I took some time off and came to Chicago and figured why not record in person from Clarissa's lovely apartment. And so, yeah, excited to be here. How are you feeling, girl?
Oh, I'm so excited that Mariana chose to take this business trip.
Yes.
And found some room to, make this work. And we're
Mm-hmm.
excited because this is the first time that this is not the first time that we're recording together because we have done that when I visited New York, but this is the first time that we're recording together in person, side by side.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a video component, which you guys will all see.
Yes. So we have now ventured into doing videos as part of our podcast episodes. And so we hope that you guys continue to enjoy them. We are very excited to put them out there for you guys.
And so let's get
Yeah,
started.
without further ado, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so this episode is going to be about hot takes. So actually, the reason why I wanted to do this is because of a recent event that happened a few weeks ago, Mother's Day weekend. And I was like, I don't like that. And historically, I have felt that way in the past. And I just wanted to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to beat a dead horse.
She loves beating a dead horse.
And I wanted to share that with the world because I think I'm not alone. But who knows? I don't know. But yeah, our interpretation of hot takes is kind of something that you strongly feel, but maybe it's like controversial and people won't agree, or like maybe you
Yeah.
feel like everyone thinks this way. Like there's a conventional thought about that, and then you don't really agree with that.
Yeah, an unpopular opinion about any particular topic that people feel strongly about, I would say.
Okay, so I want to begin.
Yeah, what's your hot take? Let me hear them.
Okay, so automatic gratuity.
Yes, let's start off strong.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about the tipping culture lately that has gotten a little out of hand, I think, right?
I agree.
So I understand that like when you go get like a coffee, like let's see, experiment where you asked a tip right now when you got the
Yeah. Like right away they flip the little tablet and it's like, okay, what's your gratuity?
Mm-hmm. I went to a few years ago, I went to this coffee shop that I won't name, not around here, but like in South Loop. And I was already like kind of having not a great day because I missed my Pilates class. And so I went to the studio and then I was a few minutes late and they didn't let me in. And I was like, dang, I already paid for parking. I'm already here. Let's just make a day of it. Like, let's not like let this get to me. So I walk into this coffee shop that's like across the street and I order an Americano. And that's that. I pay, like, I don't even think, like, they tell me what the total is. I pay, and then I'm waiting. I go to, like, around the bar and I'm waiting for my drink, and I'm like, wait a minute, that was a lot of money for a coffee. And then I ask for the receipt, and then, oh no, sorry, I don't ask for the receipt. I asked them how much it was because, like, on the menu on the wall, it has a certain price, and I paid much more than that. Even if you accounted for taxes and whatnot, I was like, that's still too much. And she's like, well, we have an automatic gratuity for prepared drinks. And I was like, prepared drink? I'm like, a prepared drink is one of like those like lavender lattes with like garnishes and like specialty ingredients. And I'm like, this is an Americano. All you did was pour espresso into a cup with water. And I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't want to like fight about it. I was just like, good to know. And then she gives me the cup with just the coffee. There's no milk. And I was like, oh, can I have like some cream or something? She's like, oh, you didn't say you wanted that. And I was like, is it extra? And she's like, no, it's not extra, but you didn't let me know. I'm like, ugh.
So where was the gratuity earned in that?
Right. Like after like, she still could have been more pleasant, right? And so that was like something that I was like, okay, I don't think they would deserve it because in my mind, you didn't do anything really. You didn't come take care of me. Like I walked up to the counter. But a few weeks ago, I went out with my family and we we went out for drinks like by the Riverwalk. I won't name the place, but it's a pretty popular place along the Riverwalk. And we when we paid the bill, I paid like with my card, and then when it said, "Do you want to add a tip?" I put no because my dad said, "Don't put any tip. I'm gonna leave cash like on the table." And I was like, "Sure." So I put no tip, and then that's it. And I gave it back to the girl, and she left. And then like not even a minute later, someone else walks to our table, and I think she's the manager, and she's like, "There was an issue with the payment." And I was like, really? Because, like, you know, when you're prompted, when you pay at the end, it's like, do you want a receipt? Do you
Mm-hmm.
want it printed or texted? And so I put text. So I'm like, I have the receipt right here on my phone. And she's like, no, like, the payment went through, but you didn't, there was no tip included. I'm like, I know, I didn't add a tip. And she's like, okay, well, we have an automatic gratuity for parties of 5 or more. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then she like whips out the little whatever that machine is where you pay.
Mm-hmm.
She's about to charge us like the automatic gratuity that should have been included in the bill but wasn't. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, where does it say that? And she's like, it's on the menu. And the menu is like a QR code. You know, everybody does
Mm-hmm.
QR codes now. And so I scan the menu and I'm like, I don't see it. And then I'm like, can you show me? So then she takes it and she scans it and she's looking for it. And she's like, I don't see it either. It must not be on here. And so I don't know if she was like bullshitting me, guys, or like what I think, like my wheels started turning. I'm like, I think that like the server like reported back to the manager and was like, that table didn't leave us a tip.
Mm-hmm.
And the manager was like, oh, don't worry, I'm going to handle it. So she goes over there and tries to, you know, say that there's this automatic gratuity that we were not,
Mm-hmm.
that we didn't pay because it wasn't included on the thing because of that. I don't know. And so in the end, I was like, oh, I don't see it on the menu. Like, where is this disclosure that you said that said on there? And she's like, oh, I can't find it. And I'm like, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, was there a problem with your service? Like, is that why you didn't leave a tip? And I was like, no, we were going to leave the tip in cash. I wasn't going to include it in the charge on the card. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, don't worry about it. Like, she was embarrassed about that whole little situation. She's like, don't worry about it anymore. And I'm like, well, now you just lost the tip for that girl that was taking care of us because we were going to leave it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not like, when I do tip, even when I have horrible service, I'm like, fine, I'll just give you like the bare minimum. But I do tip, and that situation was you. I mean, you're entitled to give the tip in whatever form you want, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I would actually say that the tip in cash is
It's
better.
better. They probably prefer
They
it.
would. And so that whole thing like left a bad taste in my mouth. I won't be going back to that place in the Riverwalk, but that's okay because there's so many places.
There's so many other places.
But yeah, I was like, this is getting out of hand. Why is there like this major expectation on tips? And yeah, that was like a unique situation, but also like when you go get something where they don't really like when they don't serve you,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a tip. I don't think
No.
that warrants it. And you should kind of be like embarrassed to request a tip for just charging me for a coffee.
Yeah. Okay, hot take. When I order something like a coffee and they flip that little tablet on me asking for a tip, I don't tip. The reason for that is again, like I was not seated. You just rung me up and then gave me. Usually, I just get like pour over coffee and then I do the creamer and the sugar on the side. So I'm still preparing my coffee. I don't think that warrants a tip. Unless I'm sitting down and you're, catering to our table constantly, like, checking in on us, making sure service is good, that we're having a good experience. Like, that's an experience that deserves to be tipped. Coffee, a tablet, a drive-through, no.
I agree. And before that, so before the Riverwalk, we had been someplace else for brunch, and we did like the whole bottomless mimosa, and it was supposed
Mm-hmm.
to be 90 minutes. And when the 90 minutes were up, or they were up, and we were like, can we get another like pitcher like right
Mm-hmm.
now? And then he's like, yeah, sure. And then we finished that pitcher, and my dad was like, ask him for another one. And I was like, he's not gonna give it the server. I'm like, he's not gonna give it to us because we exceeded the time limit. And he's like, just see what he says. And we like established rapport. Like he became our buddy throughout the whole time. And so I'm like, can we get another one? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I was like, I know that the time is up, but I just thought I'd ask. He's like, it's okay, I'll bring it to you. and he got a really nice tip
Mm-hmm.
because and he knew that that was going to get him a good tip. I mean, I'm sure there are
The
people.
drinks are flowing. They're drunker by the
Yes.
minute. Like, tip.
Yes.
They're gonna tip.
Yeah, and actually, when I've been drinking, I'm too generous with the tips.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, I'm throwing away the money like I have it to throw away. I'm like Oprah, you get a tip, you get a tip, and I shouldn't do that, but I do it because I'm having a great time. So yeah, like that situation was different, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but that is my hot take that I feel very, very, very strongly about.
Totally. I just feel like this goes back to like owners and bosses and managers just being greedy because like
Hmm.
why is your staff highly dependent on tips? Like are you not paying them a livable wage, a livable salary? That's on you. Because now you're out here hunting customers for a tip and like you don't even know in what kind of form they're or how much they were thinking of leaving or if they were gonna like leave it in cash form like you would, I
Hmm.
swear. And now you just lost out on it because they didn't add a tip on that little tablet.
Hmm.
It's a little insane. Like tipping is out of control. I
Hmm.
agree.
Yeah. Yeah, but let's not get started on the whole boss and living wage dynamic because I can go on for hours. Then we start talking about capitalism and then, but that's not for today. But let's hear Mariana's first hot take.
Okay, I'll start easier in a lighter mood, but I think avocado is such a bland ass vegetable. Like it does not need to go on everything. It just doesn't. Like it doesn't add
Okay.
to the dish in my opinion just because it's so bland and like I think it just takes up space. Um I don't know, what do you think of that?
I kind of agree. Because well, I think that it's having its moment, or it has been having its
Mhm.
moment, like avocado toast and things like that. Like, I do think it's bland.
Mhm.
Like, without seasoning, I'm like, I don't know if I like it. It tastes like something. It tastes like something that I've tasted before, and I'm like, I don't like that. But well, that's actually a good point because sometimes I use it as like a spread, like as like a mayonnaise.
Like creamy. It's
Right.
creamy.
Like when I make a sandwich instead of mayonnaise, I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
I have a little avocado, I'll put that on there. In that instance, I suppose it's fine because it's like it's just gonna be like something so that the sandwich is not super dry,
Mhm.
like a spread. But like people are like doing everything with it. I don't like. I just like guacamole.
Yes. Yes,
That's
yes,
what I
yes.
always buy avocados, and that's what I make with it. And that's
Mhm.
it.
Mhm. Yeah, I went yesterday to La Michoacana and I got a what do they call it? Chicharrón preparado.
Mhm.
And I'm used to in my head, I'm just used to it just having like like the vegetables like cabbage, pico de gallo, salsa, the cueritos,
Mhm. It has like crema.
and crema and salsa, right? Like
Mhm.
that's what I'm used to. And
Mhm.
then they go ahead and add cheese, and then they top it off with avocado. And I'm like,
Mm.
maybe I should have mentioned that I don't want avocado.
Mhm.
But then even in that, I'm like, I just think the avocado is a little extra. Like, I don't think it needs to go on every single dish to because at this point it serves as a garnish
Mhm.
almost.
Mhm.
And I don't think that it goes on every single dish. Um, so needless to say, I just like put it to the side, which I feel bad about because avocado is very expensive and it was a good avocado, but like it just didn't add to the like the flavor, the burst of flavor that I was going for. Hmm.
It kind of reminds me of when you go. Where did I go? Where I don't know. It was somewhere here, probably Mercadito or something. Like one of those
Okay.
kind of more upscale Mexican restaurants where they have
Hmm.
like those unique tacos. Where they're like a taco made of like I don't know cod or mahi mahi or whatever.
Just
But
like extra.
right. And so, oh, it was downtown. It was this, I don't know what it's called, but it's a Mexican place downtown. And I ordered like the top, I think it was a fish taco or a shrimp taco. I don't know. And it was just like so much stuff. It was like a little
Mm.
like salad, like with cabbage and onion. And then like a salsa that was like a red sauce. It was good, very creamy. And then like guacamole on top. And I was like,
Mm.
and I also don't like that with like steak tacos either. I don't like that with any tacos. Actually, my tacos are very simple. It's
Hmm.
just like whatever meat. maybe of course salsa because I love salsa. Maybe like a little onion or cilantro or something, and that's it. And when that taco was like, I was first of all, it fell apart because it was too heavy, and I'm like, there's no way. I ordered a fish taco. All I taste is like the guacamole now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh, whatever. So yeah, I think of that it's like being placed everywhere.
It is. It is. And I don't think people really think about the cohesiveness of the dish or like the
Mm-hmm.
essence of the dish. Like, let's stick to the basics.
Yeah.
I think that, and even in New York and like pretty much everywhere, you go somewhere a little upscale that's like Mexican
Mm-hmm.
cuisine, and I feel like they do a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mexican food, yes, it's a little complex, but it doesn't need to have all these things. Like the complexity of it is what makes it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're kind of hiding the complexity with like all these extra garnishes that don't need to be on the dish.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know. I just me to me that just comes off as like maybe like not a well thought out menu. Um, so yeah, that's like my beef with avocado these days. It's not avocado itself; it's just like the misuse of it.
The misuse of avocado. You heard it.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
Yes.
That I completely agree. And when you said that Mexican food is complex, it is because it's complex in its flavors and its like
Mm-hmm.
tradition and things. But that doesn't mean you have to complicate it with like all these excess ingredients.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
like just keep it simple. So you can
Yes.
taste like I want to taste the steak, not the aguacate or whatever you put on. Like
No,
because they just put too much stuff on there.
they do a lot. A lot.
And that's why like sometimes when I go out with my friends that are not Mexican and they order all these things and they're like, "What do you think like about that? Is that good?" I'm like, "Why is there pineapple in my avocado in my guacamole like or
Yeah.
mango?" I'm like, "That's not." I'm like, "It's good, but like that's not tradition. Like I wouldn't eat that. I wouldn't. That's not how I would whip it up at home.
Mm-mm.
Like I mean, it's fine right now, but like I don't know a Mexican person that really does say I want to put that on my. I'm
No.
like
I mean, we have a saying, no le eches tanta crema a tus tacos,
tacos.
right? Like,
Hmm.
don't do too much.
Hmm. Side note: I have a funny story about that. When we were kids, my brother played football like all growing up, and sometimes we would go like to the park on the weekends as a family, and then we'd just like toss the football around, and we'd make up our own little teams.
Hmm.
And my brother always wanted to play like by the rules, but I'm like, it's just five of us, like. My,
Hmm.
my sister was too young. She wouldn't really play. She'd just run around. So it was my parents and my brother and me. And it's like, we're not, how do you want us to like have a whole defensive line? Like we can't. But anyway, he was very like persistent about that, but he was a child. And so he got mad about something that like we didn't run where we were supposed to, and he's like, that's not how you play, like you're breaking the rules. And my dad's like, no le eches tanta salsa a los tacos, at tus tacos or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't even like salsa.
So literal.
And we're like, bro, you missed the joke. He was a kid, so he didn't really get it, but it was so funny. He was like, I don't even like salsa because he didn't really like spicy stuff when he was younger. But that's like our own little inside joke. I was like, you're missing the point.
Yeah.
But that's
That's
if
an
you
idiom.
if you're listening, I'm sure you remember that. Okay,
What's your next hot take?
I have my little book.
Yes.
I feel like yours are so like trivial and jovial, like yeah, go avocado.
Oh,
And I'm
and
like,
we're
and
starting off slow. Yeah.
I'm like, I think there should be an age limit at work.
Ooh.
I don't think it should be like 75. 75. Okay, maybe it shouldn't be age limit. It should be like you need to get like tested like medically to see if you're able to work,
Mm-hmm.
and if you can't, and most of the time that's due to age, you need to be like phased out. Like they need to like encourage you to retire or something. Because there are some people that I've worked with in the past. And it's like, why are you like they're not mentally there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I think it's time to wrap it up.
Do you feel that they're there because like they just don't have enough to retire on? Or
No, they're just there because it's an easy job and they want to come and get paid.
Mm. Okay.
And there's no like, at least where I like where I've worked in the past, like there's no repercussion. Like there's no like there's no punishment for doing bad work.
Oh, I
So like if
see.
you're producing this
Yeah.
work and every time you're producing it, it comes out bad,
Hmm.
and so and like your supervisor are like have to basically redo your work for you. Um, but nothing happens to them
Hmm.
as a result of that. That's what I mean. It's like that's why they're still there because they know
It's
that.
cushy.
Right, exactly. And they've said it in the past. They're like, why would I retire if I have it so good here?
Yeah.
They know, they're aware. So maybe that's just an instance. Like this hot take probably only pertains to my job.
Hmm.
But I'm like, yeah. Also, like that is like I just can't imagine commuting every day like with that. I mean, I guess 75 is relative,
Hmm.
but some people like they're not able to do a lot at that point of life,
Hmm.
and I wouldn't want to be going to the office every day. I wouldn't.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm like, you know what? I've had to work with a couple of folks that are of a certain age, and the things that the patterns that I see with them is that one, they have they tend to have like issues even just like getting up to speed with the technology, and that makes it very hard to have to bridge that gap in order to communicate with them or
Mm-hmm.
get the work done if you need something from them. The other thing is that for some reason they tend to be a little bit more set in their ways, and it doesn't matter how much you explain to them that a certain process needs to be followed. They take maybe like what's easiest for them, and now you're responsible for continuing to bridge that gap. And that's very
Mm.
frustrating because then it adds to your workload, like that simple, you know, having to fix things for
Mm-hmm.
them, having if I ask you to provide all of your comments, feedback in a particular way, in a particular, so that we gather all feedback from everybody in one central document, and then you go and you give me something else, like now I have to
Compile that
compile it
separately.
into, yeah, it just causes so much confusion, and
Yes.
it's a very particular age group that does this very frequently. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, you refuse to get up to speed. You are set in your ways. Like, you're not a team player. I think those
Mm-hmm.
are grounds for
Yeah.
repercussions.
Yeah. And when there's no consequence, I think that just like reinforces to them that they can continue doing that.
Yeah.
Like there's no consequence, so why they continue. And I will say that I have worked with some older people in the past that are very very savvy on the
Mm-hmm.
computer.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends. Like not everyone that's like older is like that, but there most of them are.
Mm-hmm.
And I but like I'm coming from like a place of like if you have like if you're not there mentally anymore, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
if you're like messing up stuff like math, or like you
Oh.
can't write anymore.
Oh, it's that serious.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what yeah, you know what
So
I'm
there
saying?
needs to be some sort of competency, like you do at the DMV, that you can
Exactly.
still
Yes, like
do this.
when they want to take
Okay.
your license away because you're a certain, like, I think they do that, right? Like after a certain age, you
Yeah.
have to go take the test again. I think we should have that for work. I think that people probably don't consider it. Like employers probably don't consider it because they don't expect people to work up to that point.
Yeah. And also I think like maybe they're afraid of like crossing the line between, like assessing competency and then discriminating against age.
Yeah, yeah, I suppose that is like a big factor, like the age discrimination, but also um like it's like a medical issue. Like if you're not well,
Hmm.
like if I'm relatively young, if I had like something happen like where like I broke a limb or something, I couldn't physically go to the office. Like if I couldn't complete my job as a result of my condition, then that's like a disability.
Mm.
So I don't know. That's just like that's been strong on my mind too. And I'm just like, I just think that if there was something to like fix this, but there are no rules in place, or at least the supervisors are just afraid to, like, it's like a gray area where it's like they cross the line, and then right away someone could come back and be like, you're discriminating me upon age. But it's not just the age, it's like the condition that you have that comes with age. Like, aging is a condition, guys. It is.
It is.
But yeah.
Wow. Okay.
There we go again. That's another hot take. Really hot. I hope you guys will agree with that one.
And if not, oops.
Oh well.
But we had our valid reasons, or at least you had your reason for it.
Yeah, do you want to go on with your next one?
Yes. Okay, my next hot take is when they go low, you go lower. In a personal dynamic, like in a personal, yeah, like dynamic. Not professional,
work.
not work. That's different. Like, you
be the bigger person.
But personally, if they go low, you go lower. I'm never gonna be the bigger person. I'm not. If you start something, I will take it there.
I saw a reel that was like, me? Be the bigger person? And then she's like, bitch, I'm tiny. She's like, her little way. She's like, oh, do you see me? She's like, I can't be big. She's like, there's no way I can be big. I understand that. Yeah. Can you give us some background without?
I feel like in like my personal life, in instances where I have been the bigger person, I always harp on it later on, like, oh, I should have said that. Oh, they needed to hear this from me. Ooh, and it's a lot more resent that I feel later down the line when I don't go lower, versus if I'm trying to be the bigger person, like, opposite. If I end up being the bigger person, I just don't take it there. I have a lot more resent later on because there's so much. It's a way of standing up for yourself, I feel. And like, me not having done that in the past, it just culminates into me just constantly thinking about it. Like, all the comebacks I could have said, all the things that they should have heard, because now they're, out there causing ruckus and like nothing's changed. But I'm like, I should have been your lesson. But yeah, I think like it's just like the constant feeling of like resentment for my, like, at myself when I don't go lower. And so nowadays, like, we start something, I will take it there because, one, it feels good. Two, it's a way of standing up for myself. And three, like, you probably needed to hear it from somebody. And so I highly believe in getting even and standing up for yourself and going lower if you have to, really going below the belt. In a professional setting, I would not do that. Then I am the bigger person, because that's different. That's a different dynamic. It probably has something to do with you personally. Everything to do with like work. And so that's my hot take.
I agree. I think I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, or at least I think I don't think about it too much, but I do sometimes, like, when people come to me and they're like, this happened.
Yeah.
And they say, I wanted to say this and this and this. And I'm like, then why didn't you?
Yeah.
Because that's like after the fact. Like, that whole little situation happened already. And if you were so like pissed about it, or for whatever reason, and you're like, I wanted to say this. And I'm like, and did you? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, you lost your chance.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes it is with people that like need to learn a lesson, and they haven't been told that, whatever it is, no one has spoken to them about that, or because people are afraid to. Like, people don't like confrontation. No. But like, usually I like say, like, just say it.
That's what I've learned a lot from you. I'm like, oh, this girl's very confrontational. Not in a mean way. Just like, I just feel that you are very direct, and then you can address things in the moment without beating around the bush. And I think about that, and like, now that I'm growing into myself, I'm like, you know what? I need to be more like that, because I don't lose anything, but like, just a chance to have told you what you needed to hear in the moment. Like, no, I'm gonna take every opportunity to let you know that, that's not right. Whatever the situation is, you're gonna hear my point of view, and I will have those comebacks. Like you're gonna hear them because I don't want to be in my shower thinking like, oh, I should have said
You're
that.
like,
Oh, darn it.
and then I was gonna punch her in the
Yeah.
and if she would have done that, I would have.
Yeah.
If she would have said this, I was gonna say that.
I don't want to be that, and I like to enjoy my showers, and I don't want to think about the things I should have done, the shoulda, coulda, woulda. Like no. Uh, yeah, and it feels really good to get it off your chest. You might look like an asshole, like to the outside viewer, but you feel really good about it on the inside, and I think that's what's most important.
And they will be all right.
They will.
I think that's something that I learned. Like sometimes you try to protect others' feelings.
Yeah.
And you sometimes just be like, they'll be fine. They'll get over it.
Yeah.
We are resilient. And they need to. Sometimes people need to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think that I. It's funny that you say that you admire that about me because I think that I've been working on that myself. I don't think I was always like this, and I've gotten from like other friends that I've noticed they're like that, and other friends have been like, "Why don't you just say that?" I'm like, "Oh, you're right." And then I think I'm just like, "That's the truth." Like, just say it. And sometimes, like, even not saying anything can like prove a point too.
Say more about that.
Well, I think that like when something is, I guess in the instance of like when you don't agree with something, your silence can, like sometimes if you're talking to somebody and they want you to agree with them, like they're talking about this, this, and this, and then they're seeking for your approval too, and you just don't say anything, like that also says something. Like,
okay.
Or you just do like a little like you don't, but you don't say like a real word. That's an onomatopoeia. But you just like don't say anything, and then that's also a message in itself.
Got it. So is that more so like when somebody is seeking validation from you in a way?
Probably, yeah. Or like when someone's talking to you about something and they want you to say yes also, like
or sometimes when they want a reaction out of you.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah. Or like when they're like, this happened, and like that person was crazy, right? And they want you to say that they're in the right and the other person was wrong, and you're just like, I don't know.
I wasn't there.
I don't think so, but like, I don't know. But that's kind of maybe stretching away from what you mentioned, like just like coming with a comeback.
Yeah. Just take it there if you have to.
Go below the belt.
Yeah. You probably are their lesson, and they needed to hear it.
So for Mariana, to recap, Mariana, so far it's the misuse of avocado, and if they go low, you go lower.
Yes.
And for me, what was it? The egregious tipping, and age limits at work. I have a couple more.
Is this the one where we get canceled? I don't know.
You think so?
No, I hope not. I mean, no. Who's gonna cancel us? We just continue doing this, right?
Exactly. You can cancel. Like, come and get rid of us.
Take our phones away, our laptops away.
They're banned from
our mics away.
They're banned from content production. You could never.
Okay, what's your next hot take? I'm interested in hearing.
Okay, this one. I feel like they start out really, really powerful, and now they're getting softer. My next one is like taking up the whole sidewalk when you're walking. Okay, or like okay, as a group, I suppose like if you're in a big group, like sometimes I imagine like families or like when they're tourists, and I have traveled with my family, so I know that sometimes you're taking up the whole sidewalk. But if you see that somebody else is coming along like the opposing direction, move to the right. Move to the right always. And even when I'm alone, sometimes like I'm walking around downtown, and I'm like, why don't people know? Is that not common sense?
I don't know. I just feel people are fucking entitled, and they just lack awareness, so spatial awareness, and they just don't do it. So I just assume they're one, idiots, or they are two, entitled.
Well, following on theme from what Mariana just said, if they go low, I go lower. I have started to bump shoulders.
Good.
I'm not like if I'm if I'm on the right side
Mm-hmm.
and you're coming like and you're not moving aside, I'm gonna bump your shoulder. And
Mm-hmm.
I like stiffen up like I'm like okay they're coming and I'm like boom and then one time it was a man and he was like oh and I was like yeah move
Move.
bro or do some more delts I don't know but yeah like I don't want to go there but most of the time it's like white people but also can be a variety. Like, let's not make it a race thing, but I have noticed that theme. But also, like, I just think like if it comes from entitlement or like not like having awareness, like you need to like check yourself. Like, how do you
Yeah.
not realize that?
Mm-hmm.
And do you not get like I don't believe that people are that sheltered that they don't get out enough or they don't realize that they have to consider others in the world. Like, hello.
I think they just like it's not a consideration from like it's not something that comes to mind to them that
Because
they
they
have to
expect
do.
you to move.
They expect you to move, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But I agree. Like when I'm walking anywhere, I just like walk through them. Like you're walking in a group, it's just me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, like there's like four people and then it's just me. You can't move for one person for like exactly and you want me to move. That's just like
No.
that's just like poor manners. Like you have no etiquette. Like I don't get
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's like a hill I will die on. Like I'm not moving. I don't care. I'm gonna be, my shoulders all bruised up. But yeah, I just don't and I told my parents about it one time and they're like, "Yeah, like we noticed it too." But they're like, "Be the bigger person." I'm like,
Oh no.
"No."
That has gotten us nowhere.
Exactly. So yeah, you have to stand up for yourself and I'm just like I'm not moving. And then like it's a very powerful like you think that it's like a minor thing. Oh, it's just walking on the sidewalk. No, it's actually very like important because that means
Mm-hmm.
that they don't see you. They don't consider you worth moving for. Like
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not saying that they need to open up and give me the whole sidewalk. I'm saying that we can share the sidewalk
Mm-hmm.
together. But they're not willing to do that.
Right. So now we're gonna bump.
Yeah, we're gonna bump shoulders. And my dad told me he's like, one of these days you're gonna bump shoulders with somebody that's going to like fuck you up. And I'm like, well, I don't know. You think?
You
I'm
think
like,
we'll have to see?
I guess we'll never know.
I guess you just have to get a call from the hospital. I guess.
Exactly. I don't think so, but we'll
never
see.
know.
You never know.
People are crazy.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
at least you stood your ground.
You know how people have road rage?
Yeah.
I have sidewalk rage.
Or maybe your dad will get a call trying to get you for him to bail you out.
Exactly. Because like I'll just like I was put my hair up, take my earrings out, and like just kidding. I don't know how to fight.
Don't tell people that.
Well, no, that's an instinct. It's an instinctual. What is that word? That's an instinct.
Uh-huh.
Like I always say that. I'm like I've never fought. Like when we talk about stuff like that with my friends and stuff, my coworkers, and like, have you ever gotten into a fight? I'm like, I don't know how to fight, and they're like, yes, you do. Like that's an instinct.
I maybe, but like some people go blank and they just like fight. No, not. It's like fright or flight.
Fight
right?
or fight or flight.
Some people like just like fight mentally and they just can't like they can't think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never been in like you know how people used to get into fights at school. Like that never
Yeah.
happened to me.
No.
You?
No.
Okay.
No.
Of course not.
In eighth, oh my god, in elementary school, there was this one girl, and I've always had like a very stoic stare.
Yeah, you do. Sometimes I'm like, what is she thinking about?
Yeah, but I'm like, I could just be thinking about like what I'm gonna have for dinner, right? But it's very serious.
But she looks like a supermodel. She's like, and I'm like, is she okay? She's probably like chicken nuggets or burger.
Yeah. But like it's that, and so when you're a kid in school in 8th grade or 7th grade or whatever, you have a staring problem. I didn't, and so I'm in
They're like,
line.
what the hell is she looking at?
Right, you're in line at the school lunch cafeteria trying to get your food, and as you wait in line, you lean against the wall, and you're just like staring straight because you're the quiet kid. And all of a sudden, you have like 2-3 girls coming up to you asking, I have a staring problem. I'm like, girl, I've never even considered you a day in my life, like ever. And no, I don't have a staring problem, but that also helped me because I never got bullied. because I was always like very stoic, very serious, like just like you're not fucking with me, right? I never. That's why I never got into fights, or even when people try to like say like little throw little dabs at me because of my height in eighth grade, I would just like look at them like, so what's the joke here? And all of a sudden they would just like shut down and be like, oh, she's not somebody that we can joke around with, and you can't because then I would have to tell my mom, and she will take it even lower than I would. Like she's just that like I don't want her in the office. Like you don't want her in the office trying to talk to all the teachers, causing ruckus. Like
Yeah.
she will take it there. And so, needless to say, the stoic face never got bullied.
Period.
Yes.
All right, that was mine.
Yes.
Do you have any more?
Yeah, I do. Okay. I think ghosting is okay.
Okay.
I think that's fine. Like I often hear like of folks, when I'm thinking or when I maybe have gone on a date with somebody and they just never hear back from me, and there's folks maybe trying to say that not folks, just like people in my life, they're like, oh, maybe you should like let them know that.
You're saying folks, like you're like everybody. I have yet to be ghosted. I have yet to be ghosted. Okay.
No. I meant like when you go on the date, right? Or like you're trying to get to know somebody, and after maybe a couple dates, you realize this is not the person for me. They're not really willing to give me what I want. It's okay to ghost them. Like you hurt their side, they hurt you, and I feel like if you want to ghost them and just they're not really worth the part where you communicate them that you no longer want to see them, that's fine because I feel that you said a lot, and if they didn't, they should know, like they should take the hint. I don't think everybody is own an explanation of like, I'm sorry, I don't want to hear from you again. Like I just don't think so.
I agree.
Because then what are you gonna do like if you don't agree?
It just will never end.
It's never gonna
It's
end.
gonna keep going back and forth. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah. I had to do that maybe like a year ago with somebody because I tried to break it off with them. And it was almost as if it was a chance. They took it as, oh, I think maybe I just need to try harder. And I'm like, no, bro, like I really don't want to see you again. They just never got the hint. So I was like, you know what? You're not getting the hint. You're blocked. And that was it. That was it.
I don't really block people, but I do like sometimes just like stop replying, and I guess that can still be considered ghosting.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like just not replying. I think in that situation, like for your own well-being, you needed to do that because like what he was going to continue. He couldn't take a hint.
No,
and it's not even a hint. Like you blatantly stated, "I don't want anything to do with you."
Yeah.
He was like, "I can be a better man."
No, you cannot.
No, I mean you probably can, but it's not the kind
it's
of
not
man
the one
I want.
And I don't care how hard you try. Like you're not it for me. Like it's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's fine. I try not to. I think in like certain situations, I want to be like straightforward. I want to be like
Sure.
I'd be like, listen, like I don't want to see you anymore. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Blah blah blah. But I mean, you said that, and then he still came back. So in that situation, I would understand. But like if you told him, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, and he's like, all right, I respect that. I'll talk to you never, and then that's that. But he didn't. He was still coming back. Like
yeah,
he thought that was like an invitation.
Like
to,
at this point, it's embarrassing.
Yes, like are you begging?
Are you begging? But also like, do you not have any like self-respect? Like I don't want that kind of person as my partner at all because I'm not like that. So if you tell me, like this is not working out, or hey, maybe like I don't want to continue talking like outside of this environment or whatever, like I respect it and I remove myself because like if I'm there a little second longer after that, like that's disrespect to yourself. Like you're saying like, you know what, like they don't want me around, but I'm still gonna be around. No, you got better places to be.
Then that's not even about, like, for example, if you said to him,
yeah,
I don't want to do this anymore, I don't want to be with you, I don't want to date you because whatever you guys are doing, and he's like, I'm still coming back even though you said you don't want him anymore, then he's not even, that's like his own issue. It's not even about being with you. It's about him like not wanting to feel rejected or
Mm-hmm.
like him not wanting to feel alone.
Mm-hmm.
And those are perfectly valid reasons. Like I know people have those feelings, but that's like something that he needs to
Fix on
resolve
your own.
introspectively. Like that's nothing with you.
Mm-mm.
Like it's not like he's like, I'm so in love with you, I can't be without you. Like, what? No, you guys like not to give too much away, but you guys were not in love.
He don't love himself.
Oh my god.
You know where that's from?
Yeah. Like, she was making out with the backup dancer.
Backup dancer.
She's like, not even security. They can get you backstage.
She don't love herself.
Is that scary movie?
Yes. That's
What?
Brenda.
Is that 2 or what? I think
I
it's
don't
the
even
first
know.
one.
I
It's the
blur
one where
them all.
it's the one where they go to the haunted house. I think that's
I don't even know. But you guys know what we're talking
yes.
about.
It's when they're going to school. It's Cindy and Brenda.
Uh-huh.
And they're talking about that other girl, the one
The
that
redhead.
with the big boobs, yeah. And she's like, she went to like Diddy's party and she was making out with the backup dancer. And although she moves her head, she's like,
Backup dancer.
like she's like, how could you? She don't love herself. Yeah, so that man, he didn't love himself.
No, he didn't.
Mm-mm.
It was very obvious. Like, you need to love yourself.
And like, how can you expect someone to love you when you don't love yourself?
You can't. You can't.
Yeah. So ghosting is okay. Like, well, I think with a grain of salt, like in those situations, I get it.
Yeah. What about like in situations, well, when maybe like you guys are cool and all, but you guys are just clearly not compatible. And they heard your side, you heard their side, and you decide to just leave it at that. And they don't hear back from you. I think that's also a form of ghosting, but I think that's also okay because it goes back to what you were saying. Like sometimes keeping the silence is also saying something. It's also communicating a message of like,
Yeah.
I heard you, but I don't think that's worth me responding to anymore.
I agree. I mean, it's like it reminds me of the if he wanted to, he would thing that people say on social media. And that's true. Like when they say, I see that all the time, like on the Facebook group that's like, are we dating the same guy? Chicago version. And then people are like, oh, like a girl will say, I texted this man, we went on a date, or no, I went on a date with this man, it was lovely. Oh, like we kissed at the end of the night, blah blah blah. Like I really liked him, I think he liked me, but he hasn't texted me. And then the girls are, it depends, right? Sometimes the girls are very like naive and they're like, oh, just text him. And I'm like,
no.
Okay. I mean, like, been there, done that, but also I'm older now, so I don't do that. Excuse me. And then some girls are like, that's like a message.
Yeah.
That he doesn't want to talk to you. And so on the other side, you could do the same thing. Like when you just don't have anything to say, don't say anything.
Yeah.
And that is a message. Like, I mean, it's not an actual message, but like, it's a message in the sense of like, if they're not making the effort to talk to you, that means they don't want to talk to you. And that goes for like any type of relationship, like not just romantic, like friendship or whatever. Like sometimes there will be lulls where you don't talk, but like if you never talk to them, that's because there's a reason for like they don't care to reach out.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes that is ghosting, I suppose. And yeah, like sometimes that just happens. But you know, with like you don't do it willy nilly. You just right, right.
I guess like if it's a little, oof. I guess if I don't really care, like I'm fine with just like saying, hey, you know what, like cute date, but we're not for each other.
Oh, but you normally don't do that. You just stop talking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to me like not being truly confrontational until it matters. Like, well, we didn't know each other last week. We had no idea of each other's existence until like what 3 Thursdays ago. I don't think it's that serious. Right?
Yeah,
like they'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have been asked like after like one date, like where do you want to go with this? And I'm like, what? Like I don't even. And I suppose that like that's how girls feel when like they really like a guy, but in the situation it was the guy, and I was like,
oh yeah.
I'm like, what are you looking for, a relationship? And I'm like, If I wanted to talk about that, I would have brought it up.
Yeah.
let's just
So would Arby.
let's just keep the night going. I don't want to talk about that. Like, that's too serious. Let's get another shot.
That, yes, that's where my night's going.
Exactly. Or like I'll just keep the night going without you. But that's a very good one. I like that one, and I think that that's very relevant even with like any type of relationship. Sometimes it just has to go there.
Yeah, I agree. It's like you probably already set your piece, and it's not being received, or they refuse to receive what you've already said, and at that point they're just not caring what you have to say, like, because they're going against whatever it is that you'd already outlined for them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. Like, don't feel bad about ghosting people. Sometimes it's well deserved. It's warranted, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's okay. Don't beat
I
yourself
do
up.
remember though from like because you said you blocked that person.
Yeah.
I have never blocked, or sorry, I try not to block. But
Wait, why?
because I'm gonna
Okay.
because another friend told me once, like, oh, don't block, because if they ever try to reach out again, then like you won't know. Like, so it's kind of like petty. It's not like that's not a very mature reason.
Uh-huh.
But it's like, let's say like years down the road, like someone sends them, like that person that you blocked is like, hey, like just thinking of you, and you're just like
Okay, so
you know what I mean?
The track record.
Yeah,
Of,
like it's like, oh, they still think of me. And I was like, that's true. Like, but I guess if you don't have the strength to like do that, like if you can't keep them, if you have to have them blocked, then do it. But like if you're like, I'm never talking to them again, and even though they're not blocked, I'm strong about that, then do it. But if you can't do that and you need to have them actually blocked, then block them, I guess. But that's just why I'm like, I'm just not blocking. I have blocked people, but like when it's like crazy people, not people that like I have really like
beef with.
Yeah. So I'm just like, because I don't know, like, what if they send me a message like later and I want to be like, damn, that's crazy. Who is this? I'm sorry, I don't have your number saved, but like I do. But yeah, it's just a petty reason. But I got that from Heidi.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She told me that a long time ago, and I don't know why I still remembered. I think when we were like in college. I was like, yeah.
She's so funny.
Yeah, okay. My next one. Oh, this one's silly. I should have done this. I should have started off with this one. Boneless wings are just chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like boneless wings.
Really? Oh, they're so good.
I mean, they're chicken nuggets.
Wait, so what do you get at Wingstop?
I get the regular traditional wings.
Oh.
I don't like the boneless. I want the bone. I like bone in. I like the bones, and I get flats only, like the ones that are flat. I don't like the little drumstick looking ones. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think that I used to like boneless when I was younger. And then I was like, this is just a chicken nugget with sauce, which is fine for chicken nuggets. But if I want wings, I'm going to get the wings with the bone in.
Yeah.
And then I want to like bite it. Maybe next time we'll do mukbang. ASMR. And we'll order some wing stuff, and she'll have chicken nuggets. And I'll have actual wings.
You know, the only place I get like bone-in wings from is Output Lounge.
I love Output.
So
I haven't had them in years. Maybe this weekend. I usually treat myself to like dinner on Fridays. Like I'll buy out because I've been good all week. Then on Fridays I'm like, what should I get? Maybe I'll get Output.
Yeah, I'm like, what do I want to treat myself before I have to leave Chicago?
Oh yeah, because you don't have Output over there.
No, girl, no, we don't.
Yeah, but that is not that much of a hot take. Maybe people will agree with me. I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah. I love like the sauces and everything. I don't mind all that, but like I want real chicken wings with the bone.
Question: Do you still don't like barbecue?
That is so funny. I think everybody knows that about me. Like I don't eat that. It's okay. I guess I haven't had good barbecue.
Okay.
I did once from a food truck. which I also say I don't really like eating from food trucks, but um, no, some of my friends are like, you probably just haven't had good barbecue, and that's probably true.
Hmm.
But one time I had ribs. I had like one rib, and I was like, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
The thing is that I don't really eat pork. I don't really love pork. Like, you know how people like that?
I love pork. Yes.
I'm not that person. I'm not her. And
He's like, I don't eat bottom feeders.
but I do like, I mean, I think the only time I would really eat pork is when it's like pepperoni or like those like
Mm-hmm.
deli meats, right? Like pepperoni or salami, ham. Like that's the only time I really eat pork, but like fresh like a raw piece of pork that gets cooked, I don't really eat that. And that's what ribs are, right? Cuz you go
Yeah, I guess like my question was more so like when it comes to your wings, for example, do you do barbecue sauce on them or is
oh
that fine?
no.
No. Okay. Okay.
No, I get like buffalo or I had the Louisiana rub from Wingstop. It's dry.
Oh, yes.
It's
It's
not
not a
the sauce.
sauce.
That's very good. That's spicy. I like buffalo, Louisiana rub. Maybe I could probably do like a spicy barbecue,
Yeah.
but I don't really love barbecue sauce. So that's probably why. But the one time I had ribs, it wasn't like super saucy. Like the meat was tender and like it had good flavor, but I knew it had some kind of sauce on there, but it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like drenched in sauce. It was just like they were cooked with sauce.
Yeah.
And that was good. I guess I don't like it when it's like I don't like wet barbecue sauce. I don't know why. I just don't really like it, but um yeah, when I go to Wingstop, I never get barbecue flavor. And the funny thing is that like my brother loves barbecue sauce, and whenever like if we want to order like wings like for the family or something,
Mm-hmm.
like actually a few weeks ago we were trying to order an appetizer for like the table, and we are like, should we get the calamari or the wings? And then my brother's like, we can't get the wings because no one agrees on sauce. No one agrees on the sauce flavor. So I was like, yeah, you're right. So we just got the calamari.
Do you all like different sauce flavors?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Or is
I
it
think
that you just don't like barbecue?
my dad doesn't like the spicy stuff, and then I don't
Um.
like barbecue, and my brother doesn't like buffalo. So
Oh wow. Yeah. No, you guys
yeah,
can't
we
agree.
can't agree. We'd have to order like multiple, or everybody just
Mm-hmm.
gets their own 10 piece, and then we don't order dinner because that's enough. But yeah, I just don't love barbecue sauce. But I would hate what I would really hate is a barbecue or a boneless barbecue.
Boneless barbecue.
A boneless barbecue, I'd be like, throw that away. That's not for me. But yeah, so boneless wings are not wings. They're chicken nuggets. Take it from me. Yeah. All right.
I'm out of hot takes.
Oh, she's out. Well, because it's just me.
Yes.
I have two more. That's not bad.
Okay, let's hear them. Actually, I just go.
No.
I just one thing came to mind.
Go
But
ahead.
okay, so maybe you should go. I don't want to take over yours because I saw the one where you write about anxiety.
It's not that serious.
Oh, okay, okay, sounds good. Like why?
I know you have something to get off your chest.
Okay, so my hot take is that I feel that these days we, as a collective, as being human beings, I've noticed that there's a rise in individuals saying, "Oh, I can't do this because of social anxiety. Oh, I can't do that because of social anxiety. But I have social anxiety, so how am I supposed to get out there?" And it's like you work through it, exposure. You just do it and stop leaning on that crutch, because then like the world's never it's never going to cater to your particular needs. Like you have to grow with the world, and if it takes whatever it takes for you to carry on through life, you need to get out there, you need to be social. Like stop leaning on that crutch of social anxiety. Like what even is it anyway? Like
Mm-hmm.
do you truly have it? Is that like something that's diagnosed for you? And if so, I'm sure that like they're already giving you the tools to overcome it, or at least like live your daily life through, like live your daily life with it. But to kind of use social anxiety as just like a blanket statement for not having the ability to put yourself out there is a little crazy to me. Like, why do we constantly self-diagnose and consistently use excuses as crutches, and
Mm-hmm.
just for what? Like, you're only being asked to enjoy life, and like I don't know what else. Like, it's just a little insane to me. Like when you hear and you see like people having fun, like whether on social media or whatever it is, like, or when they ask about like what you're up to and how you are able to like go to all these events by yourself, or like have these experiences on your own, and like not even have the thought of like having to be social by yourself, like how that doesn't cause any anxiety. And the answer is no, because you it's part of being a human being. Like we are all social beings, and like it's I don't know, I just have a big issue with like my hot take is like we don't all have social anxiety, and if you do, like you're probably already given the tools to
Mm-hmm.
kind of like handle life.
Yeah.
And part of that is exposing yourself in social settings so that you overcome it, or at least get better. But like don't hide behind it.
Mm-hmm. That was basically what I was gonna say. I wasn't gonna focus on social anxiety, but I was gonna say that I think the word anxiety is overused,
Yeah.
and I do think that I googled it before this, and I was like, what is the difference? Because I was like, in my head when I hear people say, "Oh, I have anxiety about that. I have anxiety. I have anxiety," and people just throw that word around a lot.
Yeah.
It's like very I don't know, it's a buzzword, and then I googled it because I'm like most of the time when people tell me things like when they use anxiety for their situation about how about like as an emotion of what they're feeling, I'm like I think you're just nervous,
Nervous.
which is a normal feeling to have in certain situations. And I googled the difference between anxiety and nervous, and it's just like nervous is like a normal reaction when something happens. For example, like oh I have a presentation at work tomorrow, I'm a little nervous, but that nervousness goes away. You do the presentation, you realize you were nervous for nothing, but it was just something new. You had to be brave, you had to do it, and then once you did it, you're fine and you can do it again. But anxiety is where like you have this generalized feeling without reason.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like anxious. And I have felt that before. I have felt that when I drink too much the next day. I have horrible anxiety. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing wrong with me except for like I have toxins in my body.
Yeah.
But like there's nothing that's provoking my anxiety. Like it's not like I have um an interview or I have a big meeting or something. There's nothing like that. It's just a weird sensation and nothing I can do gets rid of it besides time. And that is anxiety. Like that's what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
And when people are like, "Oh, I just have anxiety about that." No, you don't. You're just nervous because this is something new. This is something that you're worried about. You've never done it before, or you don't, you have nerves, like you're nervous.
Mm-hmm.
It's not anxiety. Anxiety is like more like a condition that is uncontrollable. But
Mm-hmm.
if you do, like, if you go something that's like a new experience, like you go sit at a bar by yourself and order a drink and have dinner, something you've never done before, you're going to be a little nervous before because you've never done that. But then you sit there, you start talking to the bartender, you become friends, you're like, oh, this is fine. And then the nerves like subside. That means you didn't have anxiety. You were just a little nervous about trying something new. And I agree. I think that people just using it as like a crutch and as like a justification for not doing things.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
even sometimes at work, like, oh, I can't do that because I have anxiety. Like, you can't do public speaking because you have anxiety. No, you're just nervous, and everybody gets like that. But the more
Mm-hmm.
you do it, the better you become at it, and then it
Mm-hmm.
will just be second nature to you. Like, so yeah, I don't know if it's like this new generation of people that are like just like everything is like a disease.
Okay.
But also, um, it's and I think it's becoming like so widespread. It just not just the younger generation. Like it's just becoming very common to use that, and I don't think it should be. Like life is gonna you're gonna be in situations where you have to be brave,
Yeah.
And no one's, I don't think, for most of the situations where I've been like, I don't want to do this, and then I do it, and then afterwards, I always feel better. I've never done it and been like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
You always just feel,
Better about it. You
mm-hmm,
feel stronger. You feel more confident. Um, the more you do things that maybe scare you, make you put you a little bit on edge. Um, but that's part of growing up and keeping up with the world, and growing into just like a human.
yeah, you have to
Like,
be out of your comfort zone
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. I feel that I think, do you think that maybe COVID and like us being in lockdown just put, I don't know, I feel that sometimes like what that did is that it put us in a standard kind of setting where you're home all day and everything that's different from that is scary, and that maybe you shouldn't do
Maybe,
that. That's not
maybe.
normal. It's not normal to be out and about like we used to back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
The normalcy is to be home. And I feel that that has made people maybe a little bit more I don't know, like hermits,
Like antisocial.
antisocial. And so like now doing this social thing, which is so different,
Mm-hmm.
is feels scary, but at the same time, that's not normal. Like to be home all day, to
Mm-hmm.
not like put yourself
Mm-hmm.
out there for the sake of having this like anxious build up of being out and about with other beings. Like that's not normal.
It's not
And
normal because
it's
humans are supposed to be social. Like, I
yeah.
get it that sometimes you're like, okay, I'm drained. Today I'm just staying home. I'm coming
Yeah.
home after work and I'm just like not doing anything. But some days, don't you like want to be out? And
Yeah.
I think that COVID may have something to do with that. Like, maybe the people that were coming of age during that
Yeah.
moment were like, this is the norm.
Yeah.
But also, I think the internet, like technology,
Yeah.
like people don't like calling, or they just like texting. They don't want any interaction with, like, even when you go to the store, like when you go to the restaurants now, you can just like scan a QR code and order from your phone and they bring it to your table. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
what happened to like the human interaction?
Yeah.
So I think it's like the internet or technology, and then also what you were saying about like how everyone just self-diagnoses them as like anxiety. It's probably
Yeah.
like the internet, like people Google like, I feel this and this and this, and then it's like, you have anxiety. It's like, no, you just have like a normal response to this, like this something, this like something that's provoking you to have nerves, like this
Mm-hmm.
situation, or yeah, this situation. But like that doesn't mean you have generalized
Mm-hmm.
anxiety. And so it's like the internet or technology in general, plus that like pandemic when people were like locked in, and because some people like would prefer to work from home and
Mm-hmm.
not go to the office, and I'm not. I mean, I would love to have the freedom to choose that, but I think
Mm-hmm.
I would still go in
Yeah.
because I need to talk to people. I want to see like how your weekend was, you know? Um and but I think that that's like normal. Not normal. I
Yeah.
guess like that's a natural human feeling to want to talk to others. Um and lately people are like, I don't know, not doing that.
Yeah. It's almost like everything needs to be catered to your home.
Mhm.
Like, can you do this from home? Okay, then that's the preference. And I don't know, like I just feel like a lot of these things that we have normalized are not normal, and so in turn that's made like a humans a little bit more secluded, and feeling like being social is like the not like the exception, or like
Mhm.
it's different, like it's
Yeah,
not.
like you're like the unicorn.
Yeah.
If you're outgoing and you like check in on people like that, you're the unicorn, which actually
Yeah. Yeah,
that's not the
exactly.
way it should be. And
No.
that's why people are like not, I don't know, people don't know how to be good friends, or not good friends, but people don't know how to interact with each other. And I'm not saying you have to be besties, but I mean like people don't know how to talk to each other because they think that that's not the way we're supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I had this one like person that I knew in my life, and his he was in the middle of like job searching, and one thing that he'd always said is, I just want more work life balance. I just want work life balance. I'm like, what even is work life balance for you? And he said, oh, like just the opportunity to work from home. Like that's not work-life balance. Like that's just you wanting everything at
Mm-hmm.
home, and
I would say that's actually
like
worse for your
that's
work,
worse for your mental
because then you're
health.
like, I like the distinction of work is at the office,
Yeah.
and I don't, when I come home, I'm done with work.
Yeah, because
I
then
don't
I'm
do
like, so
anything.
like, what do you need like all that work life balance for? Like, what else do you need to fit into your life that like work is preventing you from doing?
Mm-hmm.
And then he didn't have an answer. I'm like, no, of course you don't, because all you do is you roll out of bed, sit in front of your computer for like however many hours, you log off, you eat, and then you go back to bed or like catching up on your shows. Like
That's
that's
boring.
boring. Like that's just you wanting work life balance to bum it out for the entire day.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's how you want to live your life, like that's fine. But like sometimes, especially in this economy, you gotta play the game. People, employers are not here to cater to your particular needs, and so you have to keep up with like the world. And if you don't want to play the game, the politics, all that, then you go out and create something for yourself. But like to expect the world to cater to your particular needs is getting a little out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
And if you expect that, I'm sorry, but in this world, you're not gonna get it. So
No,
you have to play the game. You have to move so that you can. That's not gonna change.
it's not.
You work around it to make the life that you want,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just like what it's gonna be, and that's the way it's always been. Like,
Yeah.
and I would say that the more that you go out, like if you go, yeah, you go out to the office, you're like, oh man, I gotta wake up early, maybe earlier than you would if you were working from home to go commute, go to the office. But like you're out and about in the world, and then after
Yeah.
work you go to the gym or you go out for drinks or something, and like I don't know, that sounds like a pretty, I love a full day. Like
Yeah.
when I work from home, actually, I use it to like, because since I have more time, I'm like, okay, I'll go to the gym earlier. I'll maybe go to the grocery store. But when I go to the office and I come back, like it's like a routine. Like I go to the office
Mm-hmm.
and come back, okay, gym, store, or whatever I have to do. Like I don't know, it just like feels more like I cut off from work.
Yeah.
Like the work part of my day is finished, and then I can begin my regular life.
Yeah, uh-huh. And you know that that's better for your mental health, because even when you look at as kids, kids who thrive, they're on a routine, right? They are on they have structure to their days. And so that makes them feel safe, that makes them feel protected in a way, like they know that that's their routine, and they nothing's going to go against that, so that's in a way a safety thing. So like why wouldn't it be the same for us as grown-ups? Like when we have like systems and structure in place that just play into our days,
Mm-hmm.
I feel that those breaks how your day is broken into like the various through various activities, like I in a way that's better for your mental health.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. And that just kind of goes into my last final hot take, which is calling is better than texting. Well, in certain
Yes.
situations, sometimes like when you need to like like get the words out and like just like whatever it is that you're talking about, and you need to just figure it out. I don't want
Mhm.
to go back and forth with the texting. Also because things can get misinterpreted through text. Like you sometimes like you can misunderstand what people are saying, or you can read something in a tone, like you read that person's message in a tone that is not the tone that they're speaking in, but you interpret it that way because I don't know what's going on in your head. And not just when I say you, I mean anybody. Like sometimes we're just like in our head about stuff, and you read the message and you're like, this is kind of bitchy, or like, why are they being
Mhm.
like this? But they're not. That's just the way you're reading it. So sometimes if it's like a serious conversation or something that you just need to like figure out really quickly, just call them.
Yeah, I agree.
Figure it out on the phone, like verb speaking to someone. It just really is easier. And I think that's just because I'm getting older, but I'm just like, just it's kind of, hello, can I talk to you? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to see, like I see the bubbles and I'm like, I'm just gonna call you.
Yeah.
And I just think that I like that better.
Yeah, like why don't you just call Taylor up? It's
Exactly.
true though, like especially when you're making plans like last minute, it helps to just be like pick up the phone, let's figure out a plan. First of all, figure out if even if you're down to do any of this.
Mhm.
If you're not, at least I get my response, where I feel as in a way like you can hide behind a text message, right? Like you don't have to respond right away. You can just
Mhm.
say I didn't see it, or
Mhm.
and now you don't have a timely response on it when you really needed it.
Yeah. And when like if I call you and you don't answer, and we were just texting, like that tells me what I need to know. So then that's when I'm like, oh, well, there's no like, because sometimes I'm like, let me just call them because they're taking forever to reply, and then they don't reply, and I'm like, okay, or sorry, they don't answer the phone call, and I'm like, well, then there you go. That's the message. That's a message.
No answer is an answer.
It reminds me of like Mad Men, guys, when Joan is she says something like, well, you know what they say, the medium is the message, because she Dawn sends Joan to tell Peggy that she just got like promoted, or not promoted, but that she was going to start writing copy, but she was still a secretary. So then Joan tells Peggy, and Peggy's like, oh my gosh, I want to go thank Dawn. Like I'm so thankful, I'm so grateful. And Joan is like, oh, you know what they say, the medium is the message. So like the mode that she chose to tell, or sorry, the mode of communication that Dawn chose was, just get a messenger to tell.
Yeah.
Like basically saying Peggy is not worth me giving the personal message. So Joan, can you tell her for me? And that was Joan's way of being kind of like a bitch. Like, you're not that important. That's the message. That they wanted me to relay this to you because they can't be bothered to talk to you.
So act accordingly.
Right, that's what she was saying.
Yeah.
But she was kind of throwing a jab too, because she was kind of jealous that Peggy was going to start writing copy, and then that's when she started to like flourish in her career. But yes, the medium is the message. But overall, I prefer phone. I mean, I still text. Like, it's not like I don't text, but like sometimes when you have to talk about something, I'm like, let me just call really quick.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all.
That was all. We hope that you guys like this form of like video for podcast episodes, and we'll try to do a little bit more live together episodes. But in the meantime, you can continue seeing our beautiful faces from a screen.
Yes, we'll be continuing the video portion.
Yes.
Just not like this all the time, just like from the computer, because we're busy girls and we can't always make time to travel back and forth.
Yeah, totally agree. But let us know what you guys think, and if you guys have any topics, themes, questions, let us know again.
Reinforcing the again.
Yes. But yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for listening, and let us know if you agree or disagree with these hot takes.
Yes.
All right, see ya.